All
Hi,
right.
Dawn. It's been
Hey,
too many months. At least
lots
six.
of months. Gosh, how many months?
At least.
November? No, February was the caucus.
Right.
And so,
And
since
last time we
before,
recorded was when right after we saw Elizabeth in Waverly, which was a while ago.
oh my gosh, that was a really long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We've
Well, we weren't feeling it.
nope. I was tired of politics. I
We were
saw
both tired.
our girl wasn't performing like I thought she would.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was disappointing. So I had to go through a grief process. But we're here now. We're
Yep.
drinking cocktails,
Yeah.
kind of changing the focus of the podcast, hopefully.
Yep. Yeah.
So quarantine has happened.
Politics because there's so much to bitch about.
Oh my
So
gosh,
much.
guess what? Your internet sucks so bad that
What?
you're like cutting out.
Oh man.
Now you're okay. We'll just keep it.
All right. Okay.
So we're in a pandemic. That's
Yep.
a hot mess.
Yep.
So I'm trying to keep this positive today as much as possible. So that's why we're doing this on Zoom, because we're in quarantine and we can't be around each other.
That's right. Social distancing is important.
It is. Absolutely.
And
And
I'm
as a person,
so tired of reading people's posts on Facebook that say, we need to do this herd immunity thing. What the fuck?
public health says that doesn't work. Basically, it's like,
the same post also said, this is all happening so that the Democrats can take over the economy.
it's so stupid.
I know, and
It's
then
so
people are
stupid.
so intelligent. I don't know. God. And this is why I drink.
I know. Me too. That's why I drink as well. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. I did my second grocery pickup in my entire life. This first one with Walmart, which is not my favorite, but we live in rural Iowa. What else we got?
Right. So did it go well?
It went awesome. Oh my God, I like it much better than the other pickup, which would have been Hy-Vee. This is easier. A lot easier.
I think I'm going to have to try that because I was very disappointed with my Hy-Vee pickup.
Yeah.
I mean, I got less than half of my order, and I didn't even order seasonal because it was right before Easter. I mean, things like yogurt. I got one of the 4 I ordered. I didn't get any cheese. I didn't get Velveeta, for fuck's sake. What store runs out of Velveeta? That's not possible.
The only thing I didn't get in this order was A1 steak sauce. And I was like, why didn't they? I haven't had them sub everything. So I was like, why didn't they sub something? But maybe they're all out of steak sauce.
Because I didn't have them sub. Because I didn't want to get weird. I'm kind of fussy about it.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I had to do a bunch of other errands when I was in Waverly. So go to the pharmacy, and then I had to grab some food and blah, blah, blah. By the time I was supposed to pick up at 6, by the time I'd done all my other errands, they were ready to go and brought it to the car, loaded it in my trunk, said thank you, and they was gone.
Perfect. And they use GPS, Sarah tells me, so that they know when you're there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Well, you also can check in too, but I checked in, and then I got a thing going, no need to check in, we know you're here. So yeah, they do. Their app uses GPS. So
yeah, that's what Sarah said.
What I like about it, the other one, that when you submit your order, you're done. You can edit it, but not for very long.
Yeah.
This one, I was supposed to pick up at between 6 and 7 tonight. I could edit my order clear till 1:45 this morning. So I'm just adding stuff that I keep remembering that I needed. And
Right. Nice.
so this is not a plug for Walmart necessarily, but their system is really good.
Although I do have to say, I'm kind of impressed what they're doing to help their people. There's only so many people in the store, and they're really, really like one person per family, one car, So I feel like they're at least caring a little bit about their people.
They are. Yeah. I know we're talking about all of the struggles and the issues around being socially isolated when we're not used to it, if there's anybody listening to this who doesn't know what we're dealing with right now, you're living under a rock.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we have people that the whole world is dealing with this. So yeah, anywho.
And here's the thing, and I may be 1 out of a million, but I'm not minding it all that much. I mean, it's inconvenient. Well, and here's the thing. I still see my grandkids because I've had such anxiety over them going to daycare because I feel like as a family unit, we're pretty controlled as far as who we're in contact with.
Absolutely.
I don't know about those other families at that daycare. I mean, my granddaughters go to an excellent daycare. It's very clean. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, I don't know what those other families are doing.
Right.
And there's a lot of people I don't trust. So there we go. So that's why.
But we also, I mean, driving around, I see folks that are not doing it properly. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they're not paying attention to social distancing. They're coming up to you when you're standing in line at a convenience store and tap you on the back or attempt to hug you. Those are things you can't do. You can't do it.
And I'm a hugger, but I'm just like, no, we need distance here. I'm so weird that if there's somebody in the aisle I'm going down at DG, I go to a different aisle and wait for them to leave. I really do. Young people don't get it. Kids are still walking by me, like, brushing.
Yeah, well, and it's not just them. There are some older people that think this is only happening on the two coasts and isn't going to necessarily affect us. And
it's so close.
It's very close.
It's literally not. I don't think in Nashua. I think that both of the cases in Chickasaw County are New Hampton, but I'm not 100% sure of that.
Well, and there's much there, and they're not testing in the quantities that they should be testing.
Right. You're right. 100%.
Absolutely.
Talk about that. Talk about the thing, and I heard a little bit about it on the Today Show, but you had mentioned it too. The thing that is supposed to be like an app on your phone that's going to test people to see if you're like, how are they going to know if you're contagious? Or what?
Right. So, and it's not necessarily about testing. So they're modeling it a little bit after South Korea. South Korea has tackled this problem and done a very good job with it. But they have to give up some of their personal privacy. They had to give up some of their, basically it's your GPS on your phone, where most people don't pay attention to this anyway, but it's on all the time. So if something happens to me, somebody could take my phone and figure out exactly where I was, when I was there, and really what I was doing. So what South Korea is doing is they're massively testing everybody to see, for two reasons. One is to see who's going to be contagious. The other part is to see who's had it, because then they can harvest the immunities from that person and can, like they did back in the old days, where they took people's blood who had an antibody and then made a vaccine or made something so that people then can be immune to it. Herd human immunity is back in the day when we were kids, Dawn, and our parents exposed us to chickenpox.
Chickenpox parties.
Correct. So that we could get them out of the way.
Fill up our lungs so that we couldn't breathe.
No, this is way more dangerous than chickenpox. Although chickenpox can be dangerous, but this is way more dangerous.
Yes.
But look how long it took to get a chickenpox vaccination.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah.
It's going to take a bit for them to get this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chickenpox story. I got chickenpox in the 5th grade. Didn't know I had it, nor did my parents. It was Christmas time. It was Christmas school program.
Oh, no.
I infected my whole class.
I bet you did.
Literally infected my whole class.
So their Christmas break was chickenpox itching.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I did not. My kids were old enough to have, no, they weren't. They were on the tail end of the chickenpox vaccination.
Oh, I was thinking, my kids all had it, but not bad.
Mine did too. No, Bailey had it. She was like in the 5th or 6th grade, so she had it way older than the boys did, and she was miserable, poor thing. Yeah. So what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking a COVID cocktail.
What is it?
Oh gosh. So it's homemade lemonade. Thank you for my lemons, by the way, my fresh lemons. You're keeping me supplied. So we make our own lemonade, and then I add the elderberry syrup that I make, and then I add some limoncello, which is, another lemon, and a little Saint Germain,
Nice.
which is elderberry liqueur.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it'll be featured in a drink as soon as we can do Wine Wednesday again.
Yeah. So it's all vitamin C. Elderberries have higher vitamin C than citrus, and they have a lot of antioxidants. So that's why I made all the elderberry syrup and gave it to you and all my children.
And I have elderberry. I have one. But mine is vodka, ginger ale, and elderberry syrup.
Mine will be vodka too when the limoncello's gone. I made I called it the quarantini. I made a martini recipe, and I used the limoncello, the Saint Germain, some lemon juice, and then I made a lavender simple syrup. Lavender's supposed to calm everybody the fuck down, and then plus the vitamin C, plus the elderberries, which let's just address the elderberry situation. Just in case we have somebody listening who, there's so many damn conspiracies right now.
There is.
So there was a big controversy over elderberries and having an adverse. So elderberry syrup is, if you get a cold or a flu, you have a sniffle coming on, it's supposed to really, and a cough. It's supposed to really be soothing because it also has honey in it. So it's supposed to be really soothing for cough. So I had a friend message me, and then you had a friend that posted something. And so I reached out. There's a lady in Mount Vernon that I buy a lot of my bulk herbs from and other fun stuff. And that's where I got my elderberries from, because the place I can order wholesale was completely sold out. Our local bulk place, the Oak Tree, they don't carry it. They didn't have it. I asked for neighbors. So anyway, I reached out to her, and then I also reached out to a lady named Rosemary Gladstar. And Rosemary Gladstar is like a 70-year-old woman, and she has been in the herbalist industry for, 50 years. And I said, I'm hearing so many conflicting things. So she sent me this really great article, and it did address this. They said that the elderberries trigger something in our immunity system. And it's a weird, I don't even know how to pronounce it. But anyway, and so basically what the anti-elderberry people were saying was that it's going to trigger this like response in our immunity, and it's going to have the opposite effect that it's supposed to have. So she's like, there's no evidence of that, right? There's zero evidence. Kind of like, Trump's miracle vaccines. There's zero science to go along with that.
Right.
Although there is science to show that elderberries indeed do have, high antioxidants, high vitamin C, vitamin A. They have just a lot of vitamins. So, I've told my friends, whoever, if you do feel like you have COVID and you don't want to take it, cool. But I have one of these every day, sometimes 2 and 3, that, I just feel like it's helping. And, Ron, he gets a sniffle. I mean, he can't even get a sniffle. It's got to be like bronchitis or pneumonia. So he's drinking it too. That's all there is to it. We got to
I think that we have to be really careful, particularly with this whole thing, that we get our research, do our research, get the information, because it changes hourly. I mean, it changes hourly. Yeah. I listened. No, I was on a call for work, so I missed it. But I saw the last part of it. But yeah.
So, do we know what our numbers are today in Iowa?
We had. Yeah, hold on. I have my phone. I can look it up. We had.
I think 123 new cases. What does that bring up to?
Wasn't that 7 deaths though? Didn't it like double or triple?
I think so.
Hold on. Let me look. So we're talking about in Iowa. I think it's in my news app here. Just a second. I only have like 6. Plugged in all the time, unfortunately.
No, here's where I get my info from.
Oh, come on, Nat. Oh, there's another link I gotta hit.
Well, and then yesterday it didn't really even matter because they gave the wrong numbers in the press conference.
Yeah, they had to update it. She was a half hour late today too, and everybody's freaking out about. There was 6 deaths, 189 new cases.
Oh wow!
Now, again, we have to make sure that we understand that they're starting to test more aggressively than they have been.
Right, right.
But still, I don't think they're testing
we're still
enough.
not testing enough, and so how many people out there have it and don't know?
So the big thing was the Tyson Food packing plant in Columbus Junction had 86 of the 189 new cases were in Columbus Junction.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that is in Louisa County.
Louisa County. They do not have a hospital in Louisa County at all.
None.
So
what are they close to? What is their
shush. Mount Pleasant?
Oh, okay.
They're north of Mount Pleasant. Close to
metrics is that, we have plenty of hospital beds and plenty of ventilators. And so it's all the metrics on this region has, this many hospital beds, but only this many cases. So we're good there. We're good.
But that doesn't make sense because their metric number, that if they hit a 10 in any region, she'll call a stay at home, which it's apples and oranges at this point. What we're supposed to be doing is a stay at home. But what it would do is take some of those manufacturing jobs that are not essential and make those workers.
And force them, yes.
Right. Now, the Tyson plant, they wouldn't close because they would be essential.
Essential.
Because they're food. But that, and then the biggest processing plant in the country is shut down for processing in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I mean, they have hundreds of cases there.
Oh my gosh. And so they're also one of the states that didn't do a shelter at home, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of her things all along has been that 80% of Iowa jobs are essential workers. I don't know if I buy that.
That's the thing. Everybody's essential definition is different. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. But I do feel like basically, I felt that she was kind of ahead of the curve as far as like shutting the schools and stuff like that. But some of the stuff didn't make sense to me. Like she closed the barbershops and hair salons, which, damn it all, I need my Carrie right now.
Oh my God, me too. Look at this.
Oh geez, the gray is the silver shining at you through the screen?
No, you have light behind you, so I can't see.
I do. But yeah, she did it. The last thing she closed was like bowling alleys and roller skating rinks and stuff like that. Now, I'm sure it's not this way everywhere, but we're in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1 or 2 people when they have hair appointments. There's 1 or 2 people. There's not like 50 people bowling.
Right.
So to me, some of the order that she shut things down didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it didn't. And I have a problem if you're using a data point to make decisions and you're not willing to share that data point.
Yeah.
Because she struggled to share that with the media. I have a huge problem with that. Like, what are you basing your decisions on then if you're not going to share the data?
Right.
So, yeah. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone because, I have 162 apps. There's a rumor going around that Tyson's in Waterloo had it, but they don't.
They don't?
Mm-mm.
I would be surprised.
Me
because
too.
Black Hawk County has really gone up in cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole state is going to go up this week here, and through the first part of next week is going to be the big. I know people keep saying that, but I really believe it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Joey said that my sister, who's a nurse, said that last week that this next 2 weeks are supposed to really, be. And she's in a doctor's office. She's not in a hospital or an emergency room or anything like that. So they can do mostly telehealth appointments unless it's something, really serious. But Waverly is only 20 miles away, and how many
They have
cases?
a big outbreak going on there. They have 6
There's 6
in a nursing home
alone, but I don't know how many others.
Yeah. Bremer's not reporting other than, I think they're at 8 or 9 now, but I bet there's more than that. Again, we're not testing if you don't have symptoms, which is
Well, and if you don't fit the criteria, you have to be over 65. You have to have underlying health conditions. You have to do,
We're never going to know who all's had it or can get it until we test everything. That's just the way it is. And nobody's going to, the same thing for me would be if it's flu season and everybody's going into the doctor's office and they don't have any flu tests. They're still going to treat you for flu, but you're never going to know whether you had it or not had it. So to stay safe, just assume everybody's got it.
Exactly.
That's all you can do.
All you can do. Crazy Trump people who think that this is all, the Democrats trying to ruin Trump.
I think he can do that all by himself.
You think?
Anyway,
they're like, well, the flu kills this many people anyway. No, it doesn't. It has killed more people in the last month than the flu kills in a year. The flu being influenza. I don't know if it's influenza A and B or just, whatever. But
that argument is ridiculous, though, because the flu is contagious, but not as contagious. Yeah. Yepper. All right, so let's talk about something that's not the fucking pandemic.
Okay.
You know what since we've been off the air has been your favorite thing with your grandkids?
Well, I'm spending a lot more time with them, of course, because of no school and no daycare, which I was so happy that I didn't have to pitch a fit about it. I was so happy that they decided, and I'm like, yes, I will take them whatever days I need to.
Yeah.
What is the favorite? My Lainey girl, she has been something else lately. So this all happened right around the time of her birthday. So she could not have a birthday party, and she was so disappointed. And
girl loves her parties.
Yeah, we do. We're a party family. Yeah. And so that was pretty devastating for a 7-year-old. She didn't quite grasp it. So then last week, it's Easter, right? And while we're not a religious family, again, we like parties. So we always have a spring gathering out here, and I do a big egg hunt for the kids and all that kind of stuff. Well, we didn't do it this year, of course, because social distancing saves lives. And so she said to me, Grandma, are all the cousins going to be here for Easter? And I said, no, honey, we can't. That's not safe. We, no more than 10 people. And she said, well, can we just invite 10? And I said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to all stay apart. It's just safer that way. And I said, but you know what? Well, she said, when is this going to be over, Grandma? And I said, I just don't know. So Lainey being Lainey says, Alexa, when is the the corona? That's what she said. When is the corona going to be over? And Alexa said, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. So anyway, we decided that when this is over, we're having a huge party with all the themes.
There you go.
We're having an egg hunt, whether it be July or whenever. We're having the slip and slide. We're doing piñatas. We made this whole long list. And instead of just getting a magnet and hanging on my refrigerator, she literally pinned it to my wall. So
she's excited.
Yep, I'm leaving it there. I'm leaving it there until we can have our party with all the themes.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah.
Well, I have to tell you a Jay story. So Jace and I are used to social distancing because they live in Cedar Rapids. They live an hour and a half from me. So we do a lot of FaceTime or Google Chat or Google Talk, whatever. Or they send me Snapchats. It's fun. So on one of our Google video conferencing calls with Jace. He's too busy playing because his cousin lives in Chicago, and his mom is a respiratory therapist. So Jace's aunt is a respiratory therapist. So he has been staying with them for quite a while now, since Illinois went on lockdown, because she's been working long hours as a respiratory therapist, and Kara's parents were stuck in Spain. This has been such a trial. Anyway, so I call it FaceTiming. It wasn't with Facebook, but that's what we were doing. And he's playing with this, those little slimy, sticky, blobby things that you can throw against the wall.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was playing with that. I don't even know what it's called. Looks like a spider. Looks like a blob, octopus, whatever.
Yep.
So he's playing with that, and he's sticking it to the wall and peeling it off. Sticking it to the wall and peeling it off. And I go, Chase, throw that up higher, and it'll crawl down the wall. So he pitches it up higher. It starts to crawl down the wall, and he lets out a blood-curdling scream and runs the other way because he thought it was alive.
It's scary.
His mom comes running up the stairs because they were all upstairs. His mom comes running up the stairs to figure out what was going on, and he is so scared. Like, he won't even talk to me anymore. He's so scared.
Oh my gosh.
I am laughing so hard. And his dad goes, "Thanks, Mom," and hangs up on me.
Oh my gosh.
It is the funniest crap. And then, I'll have to pay for his therapy later, but it was all great.
Yeah.
And I haven't videoed him since. So, yeah.
Oh dear.
I know, right? And I can't stop touching my damn face.
I know. Hey, so whenever I come out of the store, I just itch all over. Like it's a lice outbreak or something. It's like I'm just like itching my head. I'm just like, my ears itch. I'm going, what is going on? It happens every time.
That's hilarious.
Every time.
We are so crazy.
It's true. And who knew how often we touched our face?
I know.
I had no
idea. Ridiculous.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, my masks came in today, so we're looking at opening the restaurant next week. We've been closed this will be week 2. Because people don't pay attention to social distancing. They try to come into the restaurant. They won't stay in their cars. So hopefully.
It's better that you have signs everywhere.
Better. I have signs everywhere, but So I'm doing some maintenance at the restaurant, painted the bathroom. Got to go put a third coat on tomorrow.
Yes.
I know. It was gray underneath, and it's just the way it is. I hate painting.
Usually that kind of paint covers well, covers better than that.
It's brick.
Yeah.
Concrete blocks in there.
Yeah.
Except one side is the restaurant. That building, yeah. It was hodgepodge together like a hodgepodge that came out of the fryer.
Yep.
Yeah. So what else, Missy? We're going to try to do 2 Blue Chicks happy hours, right?
Yeah, I think we should.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can drink a little bit again.
Yeah. See, we went to Colorado since we recorded last.
Oh my God, we have
I know.
We haven't recorded since before Colorado.
Yes.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. That was
October?
That was the beginning of October.
Mm-hmm.
We were pretty ass deep in the campaign then too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we were too busy. I mean, that's what I'm gonna say. We're too busy, and I just couldn't do it. I was like not feeling it.
Well, we were run ragged too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Not as much as some, but we kind of were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we put a lot into it.
We did. And we went through our morning, and now the Bernie supporters are going through theirs. So
Yeah.
I'm just struggling. I don't know. I can't vote for Biden. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know.
I don't have to decide yet, but I don't know what to do.
Right. I got an email today about getting an absentee ballot already.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Well, they canceled our county convention, and now they're going to do it online.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting.
An email too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's something fun. So in our house we watch CNN all the time. All the time. And Ron's favorite, and I've said this many times, is Chris Como. Now, I like Chris Como too, but he can really become a freak, right? He gets so worked up about
He gets
stuff.
so passionate about stuff, yeah.
He does get so passionate, and he gets all, it's like he's going to explode, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was diagnosed with COVID-19, and he had a pretty bad bout with it. He's still living in his basement, and of course, his brother is the governor of New York. I'm pretty sure I'm in love with him, by the way.
Andrew, his brother?
Yes, he is amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So last night, my favorite quote, Ron had to rewind it several times. My favorite quote last night was, the President of the United States does not have absolute authority. That would be a king. We do not have a king. I'm like, yes, you're so
That was addressed at Trump's news briefing today. I thought that was really interesting.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But, so I think he's taken a little bit of the heat off Nancy Pelosi as far as Republican hatred, you know, because, but
well, people he's also gotten death threats from what he's saying. Are you freaking kidding me?
Well, so did Dr. Fauci. I know. Like, what is wrong with you people? They're trying to save us. But on the other hand, people are wanting him to run for president. It's
not going to happen this round.
No, it's not going to happen. But that's what led me to that was when we were talking about president.
For me, whoever he chooses as his vice president is crucial for me.
Yeah. It's going to be huge. I got another one of those polls, email or something, and it had 4 women: Stacey Abrams, Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, and Elizabeth Warren. Now, you take Amy Klobuchar out of there, and I'm happy with any of the other 3.
True. I'm okay with Amy too, but we have to know that I really think this person that he picks will be the president before this is done. I don't know. He made a comment. I don't know if you heard it, but he made a comment that he said, my vice presidential pick is really important because they're going to serve out the rest of the term.
Really?
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why would you say that if you're running for president?
I don't know.
I don't either.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I hadn't heard that. It's very interesting. But so you're right. That's gonna be a big deal who he picks.
Yeah.
It will.
We'll see.
I really don't think it'll be Elizabeth, although I just think she's still the smartest woman on the face of the earth. I don't think it'll be her.
Stacey Abrams is pretty smart too. And I didn't think she wanted it. And then I listened to a podcast yesterday. They were interviewing her, and she left it open that she would take it if she was asked. She would serve if she was asked, she said.
And
I still think it's going to be Kamala.
Given their little combativeness during those first debates,
they're like lawyers are the best about putting that crap away, though.
Yeah. And best. She is a good lawyer. I mean, Ron didn't like her at all, but I really could listen to her talk because she's just so no nonsense, and she's not going to be pushed around.
Yeah, and it would be smart because it will pull in the African American vote. Although Biden doesn't need any help with that, he's got it. But he can get it more so.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting, but so the Como brothers. So I read a really interesting article, and I wanted to send it to you, but I never could find it back. You know, why is it that on Facebook you see the same post every time you're on your feed, but then when you want to find something back,
you can't find it. I know.
So, but anyway, it was talking about how the Como brothers are almost like a reality show too, but a reality show of camaraderie and how they, kind of tease each other and how they love each other. Whereas Trump's is all about diverse, just like how much drama can I cause, right? They're getting better ratings than he is. And apparently sources say he watches every one of Como's news conferences.
Oh, I think so.
Everyone.
I think he does. Yeah. He
told
a reporter today to shut up. Did he tell that reporter to be quiet or hush? Something. I was like, you're not. You were not king.
Right?
You were just,
Right.
I just can't anymore. I just can't.
I know.
It makes me tired.
So if anything has come out of this, I know now who Andrew Como is, and I enjoy listening to him speak.
Yeah, he's very good. And those two are hilarious.
They really
Are hilarious. Yeah.
They really are.
I like watching them too.
I do too. And so last night, Chris is getting better, but he still has a fever. And that's going on like 2 solid weeks, 14 days of fever.
Mm-hmm. He got it bad.
He got it bad.
And their mom is okay because they were trying to keep her sequestered, and then Chris got it.
Right. Well, I think that Andrew insisted that she leave before he was even feeling bad. I don't know if they probably have a more isolated place upstate. Who knows?
I'm assuming that she's in her 80s.
I would assume so too. Pictures of her, she's really a lovely lady. So, age is all relative. But
well, her husband and their dad was the governor of New York, Mario Cuomo.
No, he wasn't he the mayor
of New York City? You're right. Yeah.
So was that before or after Giuliani?
Before, I think before.
Okay. And he has just recently died not that long ago.
Yeah.
So,
let me look that up because I'm not sure. I looked it up the other day and I can't remember now. Was one thing I was going to ask you, and it had to do with, besides the fact that you learned that you have a crush on Andrew Cuomo, what is something that you've learned being socially isolated, although I think us in the rural area, it's easier to do. But
yeah. I have discovered that my home is my favorite place to be. But I live in the country on a farm that's quiet, and I can be outside and I can, watch my crazy chickens, and I can go out to my shop and work. And, I like to spend time with my husband, and we can just spend time here on our little farm when all the girls aren't here. And we're just pretty happy. I mean,
yeah.
I'm content to do that. Yes, the the grocery situation and stuff like that. I find myself like, I wanted a quart of paint the other day, right? Because I'm doing some of these projects that I put off forever because
right.
I feel like I have more time now because I can't go anywhere. I can't run anywhere. I was a great runner, right? I was a great I'm going to do this tomorrow. And then it's like, I think let's just go out for lunch and go, I don't know where. And so we can't do that now, right? So I'm getting more of those projects done, but I'm like, I need a quart of paint. What am I going to do? But we went fishing the other day, and there was this little farm store, which is essential and open, and I needed some garden seeds too, which I still haven't found your collard seeds, by the way. I don't know. And a lot of the seed sources that I'm finding online are shipping to commercial growers. They're so bogged down, they're not even taking any new orders right now.
That's so crazy. Well, people are tearing up their lawns to plant food.
They are. So there's another interesting article I read. I have a cousin, like one of my mom's cousins, and she has a greenhouse in Doherty, which is, I don't know, west of us away, so kind of by somewhere. But anyway, she does a great little newsletter that I follow, and she posted an article about victory gardens from World War I, and then they were resurrected during World War II, and now they're really doing a resurgence of that. And so I told my friend Julie, who has a greenhouse just a couple miles away from us, I said, you need to capitalize on this. I said, maybe people aren't going to, they're going to need their vegetables, but then they're going to buy flowers too, because who doesn't want flowers? And I said, but you need to capitalize on this. So she planted, not because I told her to, she had already done this. She planted hanging baskets with green beans in them, and I think a cucumber one maybe. And I'm like, that's perfect. People who live in town and don't want to do a raised bed or dig up their lawn, hang a basket on a shelf, So I think that whole Victory Garden article was really interesting to me. Really interesting. So, I've expanded my garden once again, and I was ready to plant collards for you if we can find the seeds.
We're going to find them. I'll find them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, how about you? What have you learned?
I have learned that I thought I am an introvert. I like to be home, like you. I like to be home. This has been a challenge for me. My work hasn't changed other than the restaurant, but my day job hasn't changed because this is the space I work in during the day, my dungeon. So that hasn't really changed. But I was so busy all the time. So I worked all day long, and then I worked at the restaurant until like 9 o'clock at night. So I was constantly busy. Now I have calmed down. I have to go from 75 miles an hour to about 4. And it's been a challenge for me. I feel myself, and I have struggled with depression. So for a while, have felt myself sinking into that. So this week, I said, all right, get out of bed, stop watching Netflix, go do something. So that's what prompted the painting that I should have had done months ago.
And my projects, my little projects. But I think that's so easy to do. And those of us who are prone to depression, the first few weeks, like when our governor closed down the school, and maybe even the week before that, my anxiety was through the roof, because I'm like, have these little girls, how are we going to protect them? My son-in-law's work in essential factories around people. My dad has so many medical problems. He's not allowed to leave the house. The only time he left the house was to drive down to the restaurant to pick up food from you.
And I made him pick up his food because he needed to get out of the town.
And that's what I said to him. I said, just go sit out. There's a swing on your deck out back that Mom used to swing on. Go sit out there when you let your dog out. Maybe you'd let your dog out more often. He went pee by the back door. But I don't know that he's done that. But and I think even those of us like him that are antisocial and would rather stay home, now that we have to, it's kind of hard.
Totally different thing. Mm-hmm.
It is. Although
absolutely,
I'm good staying here. I really am. I'm really good. So I'm fortunate that. And so once and then I just had to realize I have no control over this. I have zero control. The only thing I can control is that I'm taking care of my girls. That's the only thing I can control. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're 3 of them. Their mother is a hospice social worker. She's
essential.
She's essential. She still has to, because even though a lot of the nursing homes won't let anybody in except for end-of-life care, she's end-of-life care, And then my son-in-laws are at the factories. So, there's so little I can control. Mm-hmm. But I found a couple little things that maybe I could. And so I guess I'm feeling a little bit better about that.
Yeah. The anxiety, and I'm still struggling with that because I have a small business that people rely on me. I have staff. When we close our doors, nobody gets any money. Nobody gets paid. I don't get any money. I mean, it's.
Are they getting unemployment? They are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They are. Yeah.
What about you and Charlie?
Mm-mm.
Do you get unemployment from the restaurant?
Mm-mm. I never took. No.
You don't get a paycheck because you don't do a paycheck.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
No. Charles probably could, and I probably should have him do that. But I don't. And thank God I still have my day job. My contract work is busy because of other reasons, but it's.
Well, and that's part of the thing too, that I don't have so much stress because we're really fortunate. While all of our spring shows have been canceled, or at least most of them, that's not our main income. Mm-hmm. And our main income is from the farm, and that remains the same. That our 99.8% of our income is from the farm. And so our rent still came in. So we're pretty much the same, which that whole stimulus thing, which I guess some people have seen in their checking accounts and the majority haven't, I don't think.
No.
And, but I think I'm kind of still doing my best at stimulating the economy. Seeing way too many things to order online. So I saw, did you see these books that everybody is saying are like to help kids cope with the quarantine? It's something about the Bear Brigade, and the first one is Lost in the Woods. But anyway, I think it's like coping skills and stuff. And apparently, like Target sold out, and online, Amazon sold out. They're sold out everywhere. So, it's 4 a.m. I can't sleep. I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I see this article about it, and I'm like, what is this really about? So I go on their website, and of course, what do? Order 2 sets, 1 for each family. So there you go. But, and a lot of my friends, they do have small businesses where they depend on their income. They depend on their junk sales. The loss of markets is really hurting.
Big deal.
Really hurting.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not sure we're. Go ahead. I'm not sure that this is new for us folks. We're Zoom in, and then that's where our recording is going to be. I think that the economic implications of all of this are not going to be known for 2 or 3 years.
I watched a guy on the Today Show this morning who was like the CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis or something, I don't know what. And he said, they were talking to him about reopening the economy, like Trump wants to just open everything, boom. And he said, you really can't do that. You've got to start with, okay, what do people really need? Let's open the optometrist back up, not the movie theater, right? Let's open, the smaller things.
It has to be rolled out slowly.
And he said that it could be up to 2. He thinks that it should take about 18 months to slowly, incrementally get the country opened back up again.
There are some folks who think that it won't do it until we actually have a vaccine, which is 18 to 24 months away.
And you know what? I think that was part of his point was some sort of therapy or treatment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also read another article today that 80%, and I wondered about this. I wondered what the percentage of people that went on ventilators actually survived and came off of them. And they said
they told us go ahead. No, you go. 80%
of the people that go on ventilators die. That's what I read today. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. So
I read that early on too.
Okay, so they're saying that the ventilators really aren't the best option. And
if you get bad enough to need a ventilator,
it's almost too late.
It's too late. Yeah.
So I've been reading a lot about what people say are good treatments, and like Chris Como said too, you got to keep moving. You want to just lay down and you want to sleep all the time, but that's when your lungs plug up. That's, when everything happens. You got to do breathing exercises. You remember, no, that wasn't then. But anyway, whenever you have a surgery, you have that little thing you have to blow into and the ball has to rise. I feel like everyone should have kept one of those.
Everybody needs one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
all right.
Anyway,
well, girly,
so we've been reading a lot of articles and we've been listening to a lot of podcasts. And you have been watching a ton of Netflix. Oh my God. Let's talk about Tiger King, can we?
No.
I haven't watched it, and neither have you.
I'm not going to watch it.
No, and I wouldn't even if I could, but my God, those memes are killing me. I love me a meme. I love them. Love them. And this whole Tiger King meme thing, I don't know who Carol Baskin is, but apparently she's a bitch that fed her husband to the tigers. I don't know. So yesterday, I'm on Miranda Lambert's Facebook page. She posted a picture with Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. And I'm like, Ron saw it and he goes, what the hell is that Tiger King guy with Miranda Lambert? And I'm like, how can that be? And so, but she posted it, and then the thousands of comments, people were pissed about it because, you know, she's a big animal activist and all of that stuff. And he's a horrible person who mistreated all of these hundreds and hundreds of tigers. So she's like, listen, guys, I'm sorry I have to do this backstory because obviously I do not like anybody that is not good to animals.
Right.
But during Hurricane Harvey, she had gone her Mutt Nation, what do I want to call it?
Rescue.
Yeah, rescue, but that wasn't the word I was thinking of. Anyway, they went to Houston to rescue a bunch of animals and take them to a bunch of different shelters and to get adopted out. So she had reached out and she said, anybody with a truck, a trailer, anything that can help haul animals. So he and his staff show up. She has no idea who he is. She doesn't know he has all these tigers. She never went to his place or anything. She just has a picture with him from, when was Hurricane Harvey? 4 or 5 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
At least. So anyway, that was the backstory on that. And I'm just like, this is just, he's freaking everywhere. The Tiger King is everywhere.
He is. And I don't understand. People love to watch a train wreck, so that's exactly what that is. But
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and our weather has been a little schizophrenic. Tornadoes went through our favorite Mississippi, right where we traveled. 19 people died.
Louisiana too, yes?
Yeah, Laurel, Mississippi is where, remember Fred when we went on our road trip?
Oh, yeah.
Friend Fred, he lives there. He posted on Facebook like the day before, but we haven't, I got to have him text him because we haven't heard anything, whether they are okay. So it was a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, lots of damage. And then I was talking to, my day job is a grant administrator for a grant that goes all over the country. And I was talking to the Jonesboro, Arkansas Police Department grant manager, and they got hit bad. I mean, that Jonesboro, Arkansas was awful. That tornado was awful. The one, it went through Mississippi. It traveled for 58 miles, the same tornado.
Wow. On the ground?
On the ground.
Oh, my word.
Isn't that nuts?
That's crazy.
And so I was watching my boyfriend, Jim Cantori, on the Weather Channel.
Kind of like me in the Comos.
I love Jim Cantori. And he was talking about the Gulf of Mexico right now. The temperatures of the waters are almost 6 or 7 degrees higher than they normally are this time of year, and that's what's spawning all of these tornadoes and storms. Yeah.
Oh, great.
So when hurricane season comes, yay!
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Freaking climate change. Anyway, that's a whole other subject.
It's true. And I'm just, we had some really nice 60s, even like a 70 day, and then we had snow yesterday.
And I just drove through snow today.
I know. And
blizzarding.
Weird sleety pellety thing going on this afternoon too.
Yeah.
I'm just ready for spring. I need to play in the dirt. I need to grow things. I need to be outside. I
would like some warm sun and not 50-mile-an-hour winds with wind chill.
Right.
I don't want to talk about wind chill anymore. I'm done with it.
Right.
It's April.
Right.
I'm done with wind chill.
Today, high of 32, wind feels like temperature 20.
Yeah, not good.
And the little girls can understand why the sun's shining. Why can't we go outside and swim?
Yeah. It's cold out. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So my drink is empty.
Uh-oh.
Is your drink empty?
Awfully close. Are we pausing
My goal,
to go get
no.
Oh,
unless there's something. I'm thinking we drink a drink and we're done.
Oh, okay. All right.
That works? And we'll do it every week. This is our revamped, off the cuff. I don't have notes. I don't have nothing.
Well, I never had notes, but I never had notes. No,
so thanks for joining us again, folks. And we'll be back next week.
Yes, we will. And maybe with music.
Right. Maybe with music. We'll see. Maybe. No promises, but we'll see.
We don't know. Okay.
I know. All righty. Thank you.
All right. Are you leaving me now too? Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Not quite yet.
We don't have to just do this though when, we're recording. We can drink together other times.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I have another one tomorrow. No, I keep thinking today is Wednesday. My days, that's the other thing that's driving me crazy
Right.
with this. Is my days are jacked up. I can't tell you what day is what. Friday night, I have a happy hour Zoom with, I think I do, with Celine, Luana, and one other person. I can't think of who it is.
No?
No. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Anywho, so those are people from all over the country that we're getting together to do a Zoom.
Yeah. Awesome.
I know.
I love it. The Zoom thing, there's people, like Sarah set it up for her grandma, and they had her uncle, who knows where the uncles and aunts are all, but they were all together via technology, and I think that's really meaning a lot to older people.
It is. The other thing is, some employers were not ready for this, and are insistent that their peoples can't work at home. And now it's kind of outside the box thinking that they had to do. My boss in my one job she's like, we've been ready for this. I've been wanting to not even have to pay rent for an office space, and we just do this and stay at home. I mean, it makes so much more sense. But we're so stuck in having that physical location.
Right.
Our physical location is our meetup on the Zoom.
Right.
So it's just been interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Chica.
Okay.
Well, I am going to hit stop recording, and this will get posted as soon as I do a little editing tweak. We'll go from there.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
supposedly. I've been told I can.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.